Okay, Taurus, welcome to your live reading. We are going to pull some messages for you. I felt like you have a lot of messages in me connecting with spirit. So we're going to see what's going on and begin your reading in a moment. I'm going to clear out the energy of the deck, and then we're going to pull your messages. Let's see what's going on for the rest of the month, January 2023. Let's see. Let's see. I'm seeing the number 5. I'm going to shuffle the deck 5 times. And they're going to get right into it and see what's going on. 2, 3, 4. One more. Ooh, don't want to do. 5. Breaking up the deck and bringing you down further. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. The very first thing that I'm hearing is that why won't you approach somebody? That's the very first thing I hear. Maybe you've been hesitant to do that, but that's what actually I'm getting. Let's see. Spirit, give me some more messages for Taurus. Wow. Cards are already flying away. Look at the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles on its side. Right next to that message, pulling also the Wheel of Fortune on its side. I'm getting a Taurus here that's in doubt in regards to their feelings and the way they feel for somebody. I have a lot of Pentacle energy so far in this reading. Your energy is heavily showing up here. Strongly, wow. A lot of wands. A lot of wands. There's just a lot of mental activity going on with a Taurus that I'm connecting with. And as I said, I feel like there's some hesitation in approaching somebody. Who knows why? Maybe that will pop up in your reading. But at this time, I'm also getting that someone's very stressed out. And it's causing them not to manifest. This stress is causing them not to manifest. Actually, in addition to that, I feel like the stress is also causing somebody to lose their intuition. You know, that magical energy that we find ourselves connected to, our gut, our heart. I feel like somebody is, now I'm hearing losing it all. Our intuition, our peace of mind is most important, and I feel like somebody's losing it all. I'm seeing the words at the forefront. Let's see what's going on. What are you indecisive about? See, it's interesting because the Empress is like in the reverse. And beyond that energy, besides that energy, well, actually, no, I'm not trying to say besides. The Empress is in the reverse. And I feel like because it's in the reverse, it's resulting in everything I just said right before that. I mean, you're a Taurus. You should be in the upright. You shouldn't be in the reverse. So I'm also getting here that the Empress, which for those who are new to tarot readings or whatever, the Empress is someone who is very powerful, who is like the head of the household. Whether you feel powerful or not, it just is that energy. and it's in the reverse. And it's causing some, I'm hearing the word difficulty. I'm hearing now misunderstanding. Could be causing that, but from what I'm seeing here, it's causing some, I'm hearing thought-provoking process. I'm hearing a lot now. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who just, I'm hearing weighing their pros and cons. Don't know if you've kind of been back and forth in your energy, but I feel like this is more of like the energy versus like being in doubt or not knowing what to do. In other words, I feel like this is someone, okay, I'm seeing the word dwindles. This is somebody's energy who can be wishy-washy. Whatever your energy is wishy-washy about, it's causing you not to manifest, and it's causing you to lose your intuition. Your intuition it comes from God. It's your, people say it's your gut, but really it's your heart energy. And someone is disconnected from God here. Someone's disconnected from their heart energy. Someone's disconnected from themselves, and it's causing their energy to fluctuate. Yeah, there's somebody here that you're just hesitant about approaching. I'm wondering if this person, I'm hearing a lot now. So this person is the root of this fluctuation. Be careful who you allow into your, I'm hearing your center. Your center is your balance. Be careful who you allow into your center. Because I feel like that's actually the root cause of why this craziness, this chaos is happening. Careful who you decide to approach. Let's see. You're hesitant. I'm talking to somebody who wore their heart on their sleeve before, and now they're like, nope. I'm hearing, not doing that again. I'm talking to somebody who did that, and they're like, close the door. They sealed the door on their heart in regards to possibly this person they're hesitant in connecting with. I feel like I'm getting puzzle pieces here in this reading. Let's see. Tell me more, Spirit, for Taurus. Oh. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Guard your hurt heart. I hope that makes sense. They're telling me why you no longer wear your heart on your sleeve. You know, hurt heart is usually damaged by another. But I'm seeing here the 5 of Swords. So I feel like the first thing that comes to my head is who damaged your heart. And I'm going back to the very person with whom you probably don't want to approach. Possibly. Possibly. I feel like I'm hearing you're trying to dissociate from somebody. And I feel like that somebody is that person that you don't want, I'm hearing you don't want to have anything to do with. And I feel like this person has hurt you in the past. It's damaged your heart. Whereas you might have been more open in the past heart-wise with this particular person. Could have been in general, but with this particular person, and now you're not. Now you're not. Now you're not. But be aware of your hurt heart, because it's coming out here as a 5 of Swords. That's not like a 3 of Swords energy where our heart is in pain. You know, it's been affected by another. 5 of Swords energy is a little bit more graphic. It's someone who, yes, who has been pained, who's been hurt by somebody else. But now that hurt has been filled with anger, right? Because when we don't heal our pain, when we don't heal our heart, we feel out of control. And sometimes we fill that hurt cup with anger. Then when we fill that hurt cup with anger, hurt plus anger equals ego. So be very careful about where you're driving yourself to emotionally, because you don't want to wear a mask of ego when I'm hearing when really you're dying inside behind the mask. That's why it's very important to make sure that we deal with our pain and accept all of the emotions that arrive, so that way anger doesn't drop in our cup and we're like, what is this? Right? Or we don't even say, what is this? We accept it and drink that potion, drink the Kool-Aid. Then all of a sudden we're walking around as egotistical, hurt folks, or even more extreme, narcissistic, because we haven't dealt with the initial phase of it all, our hurt heart. Let's see. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Look what is in between the Five of Swords, that ego. Excuse me, outside. Look what's outside of that ego. The Tower. Yeah, I'm looking at this here, but I'm looking at that Tower. Something happened or is going to happen. I'll find out, but something is going to happen or has happened. I feel like this is past. I feel like it has happened. Something major happened. There was a day, a moment, or whatever, and there was an experience that happened that made you, I'm hearing, give up on yourself. I'm hearing that made you give up on yourself. There's something that you no longer invested in, and I'm going to take a lottery stab at it and say it's you no longer invested within yourself to feel better, because there's so much heart blockage here. It's not even funny. It's like a Taurus that I can't even get into your heart. There's so many layers of protection on it. And I'm going to say that you sort of kind of gave up on wanting to feel better. Wanting to feel better. And then I feel like this is caused by a Tower moment. It's like the final draw. I feel like there was something that happened that was a final draw and manifested this possible mask that is being worn. Let's see. Yep. Six of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Temperance and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Wow. The universe is like trying to bring some, some goodness, some love, trying to fill your cup with universal love. But I feel like you're enjoying being alone. That's for sure. So on top of this Taurus that is wearing a mask, it's like, you know what? I'm not going to even give any attention to my hurt heart. I'm just going to live my life alone. I think I'm better off alone. I don't want to deal with this. I'm hearing drama. There could have been drama in a marriage or strong love connection in the past. I'm seeing here somebody who's like, I'm good on my own. I'm good by myself. I feel like all of that is being said from this person whose heart is really hurting, and from this person who has a hurt heart. I feel like I can't talk. I feel like this is all being said from this person who's in pain and who hasn't dealt with the pain, who hasn't resolved with the pain. I'm good all by myself. I don't want any, more problems. I don't want any more drama. I am good alone. This is a connection that I really invested in, that I tried to make the center of my world, and it didn't work out. So I'm good, whatever. I'm not in pain. Don't know what you're talking about. Da 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 da. You can say that, but from what I'm seeing in the energy, The energy here in this reading is saying completely different. Completely different. Because this wouldn't be here if that was the case, right? You wouldn't need an angel to fill your cup. Because the Ace of Cups is in the reverse here. So it's like God sending an angel to give you a smidge of love, give you a reminder of love. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, wow. What is this sun about, Spirit? Why is this sun here? Let me see. I'm not going to even open all of these cards because that fell right underneath the Tower. And a lot of other readers would be like, okay, let me spread them across and look at them. But I feel like literally feel like that's a huge heavy weight of emotion. I'm hearing depression, of the truth, the rawness of your pain. Fell right underneath the Tower. Like I said earlier in the reading, this Tower represents the pinnacle moment, the pinnacle time, the change, the switch that made you say, I'm done emotionally, I've had enough, and put the mask on to cover that pain that made you say, I had enough. Like this is heavy stuff. And I'm not going to even look at it because it's heavy. That's the emotional stuff, right? And all those emotions are hidden by one, by the other, by the other, by the other. Behind this moment that made you change who you really are, right? Because this is not you. This is not you. That's right next to the experience, the critical moment that made you change who you really are. Made you change who you really are. And right above all of that heaviness that I'm not going to look at is this Four of Wands, which fell right on top of the Queen of Pentacles. Just like this. It fell just like this. From my view, it felt like this. So automatically I feel, since the Four of Wands is connected to the Ten of Swords and all that heavy stuff that I'm not going to look at, I'm not going to be like a reader and be like, oh, let me go decipher your emotions in a more analytical way. I usually love to do that. But I feel instinctively that this is your private stuff. Your private heaviness is what I'm trying to say, that you don't want to look at. So since that's connected to the Four of Wands, all that private heaviness connected to that Four of Wands tells me that you were so disappointed that this did not work out because you wanted it to work out so badly in the past. Because that Four of Wands, you know, on top of the Queen of Pentacles, that's somebody who really, really thought of their person as the one, the ish, my ride or die, my Jay-Z, my Beyonce, you know, the it girl, the it boy. But it's on top of that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So that also tells me that whatever hopes you had for that connection really put you out, because it created instability. And for me, I don't go by texts, you know, technical texts of tarot cards. I feel stuff. So I go with my feeling, my gut. And my gut tells me that you were good before you met this individual that caused all this stuff here that we talked about earlier in the reading. And your hopes, I'm hearing, got shattered and created all this heaviness. That private stuff that I'm not gonna spill the beans about and embarrass you and open the books here about, oh, well, you feel this is your real stuff. Normally I do my readings, but for this one, I feel like this is sacred stuff that I'm not going to talk about. Because you know how you feel. I think I kind of already said it. I didn't want to go around and around and be like, and give you vague details about how you feel. I went inside a little bit. But we both know how you really feel. I mean, I don't have to look at the cards. I can feel how you really feel. The heaviness of the disappointment is very real here. I mean, I got the Ten of Swords in the reverse, covering that heaviness. That Ten of Swords in the reverse tells me, I'm good. I was betrayed in the past, but I'm good. I beg to differ. Because right next to that tower is like coming home, right? That tower is like coming home to like your New Orleans home, and you have no idea that there's like a huge hurricane, and you coming on in, flying on in, and you're like, what the hell happened here? My home is underwater. Your Louisiana home is like underwater. You had no idea that this catastrophe was happening, and you coming home and you're in shock. It's a trauma. It's horrific. It's intense. It's stressful. That is metaphorical for this connection. And that's why this shock, this trauma, this surprise for how this experience changed you occurred into this tower. That's how intense it was. That's why I said, I'm not going to open up your private stuff here. That's, I'm not going to go into your house. It's underwater and talk about the photos that are underwater. Talk about your dinnerware and all the memories of your photo albums and all the clothes and all this. I'm not going to go into someone's house whose house is underwater. And someone's house here, is still underwater. Someone's house is still underwater here. Well, I'm going to clarify the sun here, because I got the sun, and I feel like this is a Taurus. This is the person I'm talking to here, whose heart behind the mask, this person was someone you thought of as your sunshine. In one moment in time, this was like, this is my boo-boo. It's saying it here. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. So that's why I can completely understand why all this hot mess is in the center of my table, in the center of your reading. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. Because when you think of someone as your boo-boo, right? When you think of someone as your love, when you think of someone as your it girl, your it boy, your ride or die, your amour de vie, the disappointment is tenfold. It's like it's double towers. Yeah, this was definitely a relationship. This was definitely a relationship. Could have been a marriage. I feel like I'm talking to two people who are spiritually married and don't even know it. I feel like I'm talking to two people who are spiritually married and don't even know it. And it stopped. It stopped. There's a disconnection that happened. But it slowly moved into that. Anything else for Taurus? Let's see. Why did it stop? Why did it stop? Let me look more into that. Lot of stopping here, a lot of stopping energy. It's double confirming for me that it just like a yeah. This was no joke. This connection was no joke. This was a serious connection. Again, I could be talking about a spiritual marriage at minimum. Yes, if you were married, fantastic. You obtained the certificate. But spiritual marriage is much more stronger and much more significant. Because it's a promise to God to work it out and be together. That's what spiritual marriage is. And people can be spiritually married and hate each other right now. Right? You could be spiritually married with somebody and not have a wedding ring. You could be spiritually married to somebody and not have walked down the altar. You could be spiritually connected and spiritually married to somebody who you didn't go to Vegas with. Doesn't matter. Some people have a much more stronger connection when they're spiritually married versus literally married. And I feel like at minimum here, I'm looking at 2 people who were spiritually married. Because this devastation is, like I said, a house underwater in New Orleans, Louisiana. I mean, look at this. Right on top of that tower moment, you got the lovers in the reverse. Look at this. On top of that 10 of swords, the betrayal, the ending, and I'm talking about the emotional betrayal, the emotional ending. I'm not talking about Sally went to have sex with Tommy and, and they found out and she, and she got devastated, Barbara got, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the emotional, spiritual levels of it, which a lot of people sometimes don't speak of here on YouTube. I'm talking about that. On top of that is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So this tells me that whomever is listening is extremely special. We're all special in our own way, aren't we? But I'm talking to the very person who's watching this, talking to you. Seeing here that you are, I'm hearing extra special. When I say extra special right now, because I could say that tomorrow in a different reading and it would mean something completely different. I probably wouldn't. I probably would forget that I said that because I just say what I hear and feel and sense from God. But I'm talking about someone who is magically inclined. Someone who lights up the room. When you walk in, you're noticed. Or when you're walking down the street, people just look at you or notice your energy. That's what I'm talking about. But the fact that you are in the reverse tells me that that energy has been, I'm hearing the word stalled. Stalled. What's interesting is I have the Wheel of Fortune here to initiate this reading. I have the Wheel of Fortune here. So don't fret. Don't be angry. Don't be sad. Even though I see it here. Your raw truth, which we won't talk about. We won't talk about that. We'll pretend like you're good, right? Without him or her. But I'm seeing here that if you are here listening to this reading, that it was destined. Because I got the Wheel of Fortune here. And you're supposed to learn about all this stuff in your house. And for those folks who have been to my channel before, they know that I haven't done a zodiac reading in months. I haven't done a zodiac reading in a long zodiac reading. I'm not talking about the shorts I do. I haven't done a long zodiac reading in months. And I used to do them all the time. But Spirit told me, Chieftess, I want you to do a Taurus reading today. And I'm here. I had some time. I said, let me do the Taurus reading today. Yeah, check out my channel if you want to confirm. But I haven't done a long reading for any zodiac in months. This is destined. This is destined. Not this reading. This stuff that you're supposed to look at. The stuff in your house that's floating, in that water. When a house is underwater because of horrific rain or horrific climates or horrific natural disasters, a lot of the items in the house, are destroyed and are floating about or gone. Spirit wants you to look at that stuff. God wants you to look at that stuff because it's an important focus that's connected to everything this person, I'm hearing, did to you. And looking at the layout of this reading, I don't organize my layouts. They come as you please. I'm not like, oh, let me do past, let me do future, let me see what caused this. I don't have a specific tarot reading lineup that a lot of other readers have. They have specific lineups that they do sometimes. But I just let the cards fall where they may, or I ask to clarify. And the way this layout is, the way your messages came out, tells me that you are still bombarded by this person's energy that really, I'm hearing, did you wrong. I'm hearing, did you wrong. It like hovers over your energy. So, you know, it's like a shadow that follows you, in other words. I want to pull on your energy, Taurus. I want to pull on your current energy. Okay. Well, actually, no, first, I want to pull on your energy in regards to how it was affected by this person. The shift. I want to pull on your, actually, I want to pull on your past energy before you met this person, and I want to pull on the energy after you met this person. Then I'm going to pull your angel message. Give me past, Spirit, please. Taurus's past energy before they met their person. Give me the past energy before these two met. Damn. Rapidly landing on my floor like a plane. Let me see. Give a lot. I'm hearing the word whirlwind. I'm hearing the word whirlwind. Try saying that 5 times. I am hearing the word whirlwind. First of all, okay, let me show you what I have. I've got the emerald and the lavender in the reverse. There's someone here who, there's someone here in the past, before you met this person, there was like, I'm hearing a lack of see-through. I was going to connect more, but they interrupted me and said a lack of see-through. Who made promises that they couldn't keep in the past? It's a rhetorical question you can think about. I get the cinnamon in the reverse and the rose right next to it. I love the rose. It's such soft, sweet energy. Someone here also was disconnected from who they truly are. Now we're talking about before you met this person. This is someone who I'm hearing who has a sweet soul, but you were a bit disconnected from the root of some issues, they're telling me. I'm hearing that haven't been changed. So there were some issues that were needed to be looked at before you met this person. Your stuff. Because you have a lot of beauty here, but there's some, how can I describe what I'm feeling? There's some growth that wasn't looked at within inside of yourself, the capability of growing. It wasn't yet looked at. It wasn't yet, there should have been growth with you individually before you met this person. And then you met your person and it didn't allow you to obtain or connect with the opportunity to grow. I feel like this person that came into your life stunted the potential to growth. It's like looking at a tree with just a stump, you know, just a stump in the ground. And all of a sudden, Spirit's like, God's like, you know what? We're giving you the opportunity soon to grow some beautiful flowers on top of this stump. We're going to give you the seeds to your root and help you grow your tree back. Then all of a sudden, you meet this person, and it's like this person is like a dog who pulled themselves out and urinated on your stump. You know how like a dog goes to the bathroom, they lift their leg and urinate on whatever they find, they feel they want to be their territory. It's kind of like that. So what happened is that, like, you know, let's say this dog urinated on your stump, and now it kind of ruins the foundation for that growth. Because now it's stinky. It doesn't have that potential it once had before the dog came to visit. That's what I'm looking at here. I want to look at your energy after this person came around or hurt you. Let's say that. Give me the energy of Taurus after this person. Beaver. Beaver, beaver, beaver. My gosh, this is like you. This is like the continuation of the story I just gave. It's like you moving away from your balance. It's like you moving away from your balance. And I could say that 10 times because all this stuff that we've been talking about in your reading, all the chaos, the emotional chaos, the mental chaos, has landed on your tree stump. And it's like you're literally swimming away from your balance. So after this connection happened, as I said, it ruined the opportunity for you to grow. And balance is very much synonymous with growth. In order to have balance, we must continuously be growing. You know, with change and mistakes and learning and discovery and adventure and challenge, failures and conquering, yes. But you swam away from even trying any of that, all the things that I very much listed. It's like you walked away from, I'm hearing trying again, because all that stuff is underneath. All of the damage from your house is underneath that. So somebody who has a damaged house usually no longer feels safe or feels connected that they could be happy again. It's hard to start over when you've got a damaged home, yeah? Because all those memories and the pain that you see in your house, pictures floating around in inundation, and all the memories and all the hopes and dreams you stored are now no longer. And all that stuff is the trigger to you moving away from the potential to grow by living. Because all that stuff I mentioned, failure, conquering, challenges, discovery, loving, all of those human nature components of ourselves, you've walked away from. And you've put a mask. You've put a mask. And your mask says, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I know what I know. And all I know is that in the past, the very person that I thought was my it boy, my it girl, destroyed me. Let's get your angel message. So before I do that, though, you got to ask yourself at some point, how far do you want to swim? I mean, are you trying to go all the way out to the shore and get off the island? Are you going to stop swimming away? Because that balance looks so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Turn back around. Turn back around. Don't, you know, walk away from it. When I think of the beaver, it's so interesting. I think of that movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray. Bill Murray, whatever his name is, I forget. But I think of that movie where he gets up and he does the same thing over and over and over again. I think it's called Groundhog's Day. He does the same thing over and over again, and I automatically think of that when I see your energy as the after effect from this connection. So stop yourself. Don't feel the same thing over and over again. Stop yourself from walking away from feeling again. Consider turning back around to get not just your balance, to get you back. The you that you don't even know. Give me your angel message. The you that you don't even know that's like sparkling literally on that card. It's beautiful. She's in gold too, by the way. Give me an angel message for Taurus as we close out soon. Give me an angel message for Taurus in this read. What does Taurus need to know? 3 more shuffles. I don't like forcing messages. It comes out, it comes out. 1 more. Nada. Well, I don't like forcing messages. I'm not the type of reader that like shuffles and shuffles until a card comes out. If it comes out, it comes out. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I feel like at the end of the day, I feel as though this is one of those readings that could potentially give somebody the space to contemplate on everything that has come out for you. Because this, again, like I said, is destined. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune really moves with you discovering whatever it is you discover after I close out this live. Because believe it or not, there are going to be some messages that, I'm hearing the word contemplation, that could potentially provoke that for you after I go. Provoke contemplation. And feel free to reverse if you need and watch this. I'll keep this up again. But I don't feel like I want to pull any more messages. I don't feel any more energy beyond what I said here. So I'm going to leave it right here. You know, normally I do the final outcome. What's the final outcome, right? But I feel like for this reading, I feel like I don't want to intrude on your future, because it's going to be up to you to decide whether or not you would like to become her in the background, right? I don't want to say this is going to be your final outcome if you decide to keep swimming away. So what I'm saying, in other words, is that if you decide to look at everything that I just said, if you decide to grow, then the final outcome doesn't even matter, because you're going to decide to manifest what you want to be the final outcome. It's going to be between you and God. It's not going to be between my camera here and my table. I hope that makes sense. And if not, then I'm sure it will at the right time for you. Again, long time since done a tarot reading, and good to do this. Spirit wanted me to do your message for some reason, and here it is. I hope this makes sense, and I'm going to leave it where it's at. Have a wonderful time wherever you are, and I will see you if destined. Bye.